It's like, oh.
I know he's scared.
I just got the. Oh, Gizmo. Meet our newest addition to our family. His name is Gizzy. Oh, you want to say hi to Mommy? Say hi to Mommy? Hi, Mommy. Hi, I'm Dolly.
Hey, I'm Fallon.
And today we're going to talk about some serious stuff.
Yeah.
We're also going to talk about how people deal with depression and kind of be open about it, and maybe that will help you guys. And I know that a lot of our fans reached out during this topic when I brought it up in an Instagram post. And hopefully this video can educate, enlighten people, shed some light, and hopefully through our personal experiences and things that we've been through, that we can help others to find the light and positivity, and just know that they're not alone and they can get their life back on track.
And something we found interesting too while we were looking through all of this is the statistic that 121 people a day actually lose their lives to suicide in the United States, which is an alarmingly high number. And the thing is that doesn't have to be the case. For me personally, I lost my father to suicide, and for most people that would have met him, he was a little ray of sunshine. You would never know that there was ever an issue. But for me, as much as I love my father very much, he kind of had a Jekyll and Hyde personality. So in the end, it was his own demons that he felt he couldn't overcome, and he felt alone. And I think that that's the most important thing for people to realize in this situation, that you aren't alone.
Is how your personal experiences, how do you deal with depression and how do you manage it? Depression has always been a very hard thing for me, and it's just, I never want to be there alone. I never want to be inside my head, just it's a dark place, it's scary. So, if you ever feel alone, go ahead and make some art, get involved with some music, do things that, you've never done before, live your life, because one day you're going to be old, you're going to be like, fuck, I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. I spent too much time masturbating and playing Friday the 13th that I forgot to live. Don't do that. Don't be that person. Go live your life. Go travel the world. Go do it. If you don't have money, freaking work at something that you're good at and use it to have fun.
And don't be one of those people that's like, I'm not good at anything. Trust me, you're good at something. Somebody's gonna find something good, even if you don't think it's good, even if you think it's crap.
You have to be the grasshopper. You start off small, but the more you do it, the more you work at it, you'll get better at it. Well, during the recordings and the writings of World's Way, that was sort of like my cry for help when I wrote that song. I felt really alone, I felt really abandoned from my friends, and I lived in Arizona, so I was thousands of miles away from my family in Florida, and I just didn't have anybody I could really connect to or talk to. So when I was in the heart of my depression, you grow thick skin, which is good, but you also, there are some low points in your life that you experience, and there was a point where I felt like I was rock bottom. Like, I was just such in a bad spot and in a bad place, because I just felt like my mind was in a bad neighborhood. Like, you wouldn't want to cross there, you wouldn't want to be what's going on here, and it was hard. You feel like you're depressed, when you feel like you're permanently fucked, and you're like, I don't know how to get out of here. I'm in this situation, I'm in this hole, and there's like, all you're asking is for someone to understand. But when you push so many people away from your life, when you have somebody that you can really understand or relate with,
right? I
just feel like, because of the experiences that I'm just going through, having all this corruption around you, and people just taking advantage of your kindness and things, it's hard to turn it into somewhere. But I can understand where the mindset of some people, and the fact that, I think the people that did take their lives, they didn't want it to go. I'm sure that they wanted to stay, but I feel really, really sorry for some of the people that did have to go and were totally felt that they were permanently fucked, because I don't think that all situations are permanent. I think that things eventually crawl out of that darkness, like new dawn is approaching. So
I know for me, at least growing up, had the performing arts, which was kind of my escape. It almost gave me a chance to, rather than being the awkward kid, I was dancing or acting or modeling or whatever. But I think with you, it's pretty much the same. I mean, you have music as an outlet, and I think that's really important. It's just to find something, some other outlet, some means of expressing yourself or doing something creatively, kind of like a coping mechanism.
and I think that a lot of people place a lot of shame on people that have taken their life and put the shame on dead.
Yeah, and I know even with my own family personally, I mean, I remember when my father passed away, it was the first time that I ever really heard my grandfather say anything good about my dad. And we all have our good points and our bad points, but it made me happy that at least from that end they were remembering him positively. But then on the other side of that, I had family that they wanted to act like it never happened, that it was shameful to talk about, that they were just going to say he was sick, just like addiction or mental illness is too a sickness. It is, and things can be treated, and they can be treated with support, and it's not something to be ashamed of. Depression is not something to be ashamed of. Suicide or suicidal thoughts are something that should be taken seriously. Those people obviously felt like it was a last resort, that they had nowhere else to go. And another note for me that I found was really important, I worked on a movie called Worthless, and Worthless is an anti-bullying project. It's called Worthless because the number one thing that people who were bullied felt was worthless. And I think a lot of that goes for people with suicide as well. They just feel so dark and so alone. A lot of times it's ashamed of their own actions. Even if it's something that doesn't seem that serious to us, everyone processes things differently.
I think the biggest thing that you should take away from this is realize that you're always going to have critics. You're always going to have people that try to bring you down. You're
never going to please everybody, and
that's
fine.
when you enter that mental warfare where you're battling your worst enemy, which is yourself. You have to kind of block it out. Let it motivate you. Let it strive you to work harder, to be greater, to be better, and to really improve on yourself. I always taken what people said about me and I improved it. What you can take away from this is no matter how many times you fail, no matter how many times you
failing is a part of life.
Take that as a blessing. One of my old hairdresser mentors would say to me, he's like, you never make a mistake, you make a discovery. And
yeah,
you kind of think about it, it's sort of like a positive way of when you fuck up,
you're like, all right.
Cool, I made a discovery. Voila! If you ever feel that no one's listening, you have nowhere to go, please contact Suicide Prevention Line.
Yeah, we actually have a number for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
We'll post that at the end of this video.
Yeah, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's totally free, it's totally confidential. There are a ton of other resources online too, just someone to reach out to, but there's always somebody to talk to. Even if it seems nonsensical to you, that's what they're there for. They're trained counselors. They're wonderful, wonderful people. The number for that is 1-800-273-8255.
I think the most important thing to recognize and be aware of, if you feel like you are down, you feel that you really are about to do something crazy, please reach out and get help. Just even if it's your best friend or somebody, it's always okay.
Anybody. Even pick up your phone, call 911. There is always someone that you can talk to.
It's almost like a more hostile environment. Just smile at somebody. Just have a positive demeanor about it. Go and spread that light so we can end all this shroudness and darkness. And being cool with people around you and hugging your mom and dad and loving more, just being there more for your family. That means everything, and that's so important. And like I said, don't worry about the materialistic shit because that comes and goes.
Replaceable.
It's replaceable. But your family, the bonds that you have with people, they're here one day, but they're gone the next day. So you really have to start appreciating the people around you. Give thanks. Go hug your mom right now. Go hug your dad. Go have your brother. Whoever is a guardian or protector in your world, just give them some love, some appreciation. I think that can be reversed. I think that if you encourage to do more righteousness and to go do more positive things, I think that it can flip your total mindset. Because I know when I have good days, it's on. Everyone's getting a high vibe, everyone's gonna get a smile from me, and I think that's important to give to others. So
Plus, it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile anyway, so save yourself the energy. Smile instead. It's true! It's a scientifically proven fact. It takes less muscles to smile than to frown.
I'm sorry that you're adorable. So, yeah, so I hope this video really helps you guys out. And remember, don't look at the people that have taken their lives as sad or pathetic. I think that those people wanted to live, they wanted to stay here, and they wanted to be with us. So, you know, to the people that are being ignorant against people that have taken their lives, you know, one day you can understand what it's like to be in their shoes and to know what they were feeling like before they left. Because, you know, honestly, I think everybody wants to feel accepted and to feel loved and to belong somewhere. So I just think that before, you know, we're meeting our hearts out of people, I think the best thing we can do right now is do the opposite of that and to give love or anything that, you know, can save people. I think that's important right now.
And I think a little bit of self-control for us too wouldn't hurt, because I know there's sometimes that we're all guilty of it. We say certain things we don't mean, or, you know, there's that whole old saying where it's like, you have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. There's a reason why people said that. Negativity feeds negativity. So you're gonna get back what you put out. Stay positive.
Water.
Yeah.
So when I wrote Light the Way, I was pretty much at the point where it's kind of like seeing somebody for what they are. It's sort of like, okay.
It's clarity.
It's clarity. There you go.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by so much darkness, and then when you flip the light switch, which is representing your thoughts of your mind, you realize that this person really isn't really good for me. This person is really toxic. So I need to remove it to breathe fresher air. Mend bridges, like, you know, fix the bridges that are falling down. And I'm like, no, fuck that. Burn the bridges down to light my way, to see the path clearly.
It's like with farming, you have to burn the old crops so that new, fresh crops can grow.
And it's sort of that concept that we applied in this song. So it was cool to really to be a part of this and to integrate it.
I think musically it's a really beautiful song too.
And if anybody that's ever feeling like they're being manipulated, like they're a puppet on a string, or they're being controlled by others, you know, you have the scissors in your hands to cut them off and to progress and be yourself and to no longer be controlled by that person. So just remember that you're in control of your destiny. You have to be aware of that and not let people try to control you. That's the people you need to be around with, the ones that encourage you to be who you are and that loves your imperfections and, you know, and doesn't sit there and rip you apart. So that's the most important thing I learned about writing this song. Like I said, light my way, like burn the bridges.
I think that was a really important song to write. Positive change.
To see the light. To see the light. I can see.
Wow.
Jesus. Flying Monster, so that's going to be the last single on the record, and we're so excited to release this one. I think it's my personal favorite. It has that old school blood feel, it has a new school blood feel, so it's sort of like old meets new and it all clashes into one.
Great.
Volcano. The song is sort of like, you're cute, but you're deadly. You might kiss me, you might kill me. I think it's about relationships. I think it's about being with someone you love, because there are some times where you fucking hate that person.
You're
and
like,
there's some times
fuck,
where
you're miserable, but you
fucking love that person.
You're so cute when you're miserable.
So Quiet Monster is sort of like, it's us, it's who we are. It's sort of us in a relationship, like, you know, and yeah.
Like when I'm trying to work and he just wants to play with kittens. And I'm like, damn, those kittens and you are so cute, but we gotta work. Struggle.
We want to say hi to our Japanese fans, because Japan, we're coming to you September 1st to 11th. So we're stoked to announce that Blood on Dance Floor will be invading Japan. Godzilla is coming. So we're pretty excited about it, and it's our first tour in Japan.
We're so
excited. We're bringing the phone. It's gonna be a crazy dance rave, and there will be signature winter songs that we will be performing. Blah. We'll be singers and
We get
winter
to go to
songs
cool
that we will be
places,
performing.
too.
Cool places.
We have Osaka, we have Tokyo.
We're gonna be filming the
Harajuku.
Hawaii Monster music video.
Yeah, Hawaii Monster Cafe, we're gonna be there.
So it's gonna be really exciting. So make sure you follow us. We're gonna post everything up on YouTube. And thank you so much for watching, guys. We love you.
Guys, thank you. And again,
Arigato.
at the end, we'll have the number for everybody to check in. If you feel alone, please reach out to somebody.
Yeah,
We're not.
we really wanted to create this video for our fans and to just remind people that you're not alone. Take back your life. You know, I always encourage that. You know, there was a saying that I wrote, you're the heart that beats inside me. So honestly, I wouldn't be here without you guys. So please live on for yourself. You know, you have so much going on for you.
You're
There's so
worth
many
more.
wonderful things that are going to happen to you. Please, please, please live on, live strong, and never give up on yourself, because honestly, like, life's a gift and you only get to live it and experience it once, so don't ever throw it away. It's priceless. We love you.
Thanks, guys.
Be good to each other. One love.